Today I am celebrating the life and work of Aretha Franklin. Now, some people may be offended by how little I know about the people that I'm honouring and celebrating, and yet it's impossible to know everything about anyone. There are many people who have had volumes written in their biographies by many different authors, and yet probably those that lived closest to them would not see that person reflected in those biographies. You know, sometimes we're seen by the outside world in a way which is utterly divorced from the way our families perceive us, our partners, our children. I think sometimes it's difficult for the children of famous people to be able to live with the contrast between how the public views their parent and how they indeed view their parent. It must be tricky to negotiate that kind of difference. So I don't make any excuses for the fact that I haven't spent ages researching Aretha Franklin, because what she means to me doesn't require any research. And it's funny because clearly I know many of her songs, and I'm sure most people here, whether they know it consciously or not, would recognise the music of this incredible singer. She was of a time. She performed with lots of blues artists that we would know, and in fact my first memory of her comes from the film The Blues Brothers. Now, there was a time when there wasn't a young person with any kind of self-respect who hadn't seen the film The Blues Brothers. It is funny, it's incredible, the music is amazing. I haven't seen it for years. Makes me think it would be nice to watch it one day. If I can find a day with nothing to do in the middle of the winter, perhaps I will. But The Blues Brothers is an incredible movie, and Aretha Franklin absolutely shone out in that film for me because of this one scene where she comes in and speaks to one of the main characters. You've got to think. You've got to think what you're trying to do to me. Oh, think, think, think. Now, she pierced my world in that moment, and the attitude that she conveyed, she was playing a role in that, but she was clearly of herself, in herself, as she did that. The way that she conveyed this strong woman who wasn't going to be pushed around, ignored, overlooked. She was embodying the force of feminine spirit that says, not like that with me. And just for that moment alone, just for that moment where she's playing a role in a film, that to me is reason enough to venerate the life of Aretha Franklin. As I understand it, she went through many travails, like all of us. There were many trials that she faced during the course of a lifetime. As I understand it, she grew up singing in a church and continued to do that for the rest of her life. She has undoubtedly touched so many people in their softest, most inward parts, because that's what musicians do. And the voice, the human voice, transmits something about our human essence like no other instrument. So please go and check out some Aretha Franklin. Remember her today. Enjoy her music, and join me in a moment of giving thanks for the life of Aretha Franklin.